Okay, now in our second chapter of export marketing that is related to globalization, we have gone through so many new words. We understood what is tariff barrier, what are non-tariff barriers. Then we have understood the meaning of economic integration, that is a regional economic integration, their pros and cons, their positive and negative impacts. And then later on, we have discussed regarding some important examples of the regional integration, the economic regional integrations. Now, today we are going to understand the last topic of the chapter, which itself is a very lengthy topic, that is WTO, World Trade Organization. Now, this topic you must have studied in your lower standard to that some extent, but under export marketing, we are going to understand the another angle of WTO. That means, the general purposes and all, of course, you might have studied that, but over here we are going to focus mainly on the agreements which has been entered by the countries in WTO. So WTO is an organization which has been established to create peace in the entire world, because after Second World War it was noticed and it was realized that this war is not going to help anyone. In fact, it is going to give losses to the entire world. So it is always better to have the peace and harmonious relationship among all the countries. And this organization WTO thinks that when the trade relationships among the countries are improved, then the peace automatically comes. The friendship automatically develops when there is trade relationship among the countries. So that was the thought, that was the object, and this is how we got the WTO. But WTO name was not there in the beginning. There is some highlights of that. Let us understand that. This is the logo of WTO. This is how this logo stands. And then here it is the outline of the WTO. What it says that in the year 1947, 23 countries, including India, signed the General Agreements on Tariff and Trade. And the short form of this is GATT, GATT. This can be asked in the form of MCQ with you, that what stands for GATT. The full form of GATT is General Agreements on Tariffs and Trade. As far as the term tariffs are concerned, tariff means the taxes, the custom duties or other charges which are imposed by importing country on the purchase. If India is exporting something, it is an import for the another country. So that importing country used to impose some taxes, some extra custom duties that we have studied in the initial stages, the types of tariffs and all. So that particular tariff was becoming obstacle on the path of doing the business. The cost price of one unit of one particular product raises to a great extent because of these tariffs. And because of that, the persons, those who want to do business in foreign countries, they were not getting the business which they were looking for. And when they are not getting that much business, they were suffering from the losses. So they found out that if this particular tariff, if it is getting reduced or if it is getting removed to certain extent, then the prices of the goods will not be very high. And when the prices are not very high, then what will happen? You will be getting good demand of your product in the foreign market. So that was the thought. And because of that, 23 countries where India was also there. See, in the year 1947, only we got freedom from Britishers' rule. And in the same year, India got the membership in GATT, that is General Agreements on Tariff and Trade, because India realized now it is the high time to develop us. Because in 1947 the conditions of economy was not so good, right? There was need for India to run faster and to accelerate the economic development, and this was the best way. This was a door open for India to sign it. The very first time this particular agreement got signed by 23 countries, where India was also the first list. Then after that, GATT was formed to reduce global depression and to liberalize world trade by reduction of tariff barriers. As I told you, the name itself was on tariff and trade. That means the focus was given on how to reduce the tariff or how to make some, modification in that, how to liberalize that so that the trade should get expanded among the countries. So over here, they are saying that the main purpose of GATT was to reduce the global depression and to liberalize world trade by reduction of tariff barrier. But later on, in the year 1995, WTO replaced GATT. That means GATT was converted into WTO. So 1947 was the year when GATT came into existence. And in 1995 is the year when GATT was converted or replaced by WTO. These two dates you have to keep in mind, 1947 and 1995, right? In the year 1947, how many countries were there? There were 23 countries who were, the first member, but now there are 164 countries. Now the total number of members of WTO are 164. So you can see that, how the changes happen. And it is said that around 95% of the world are there in the members as the members of WTO. So this WTO has brought all the countries together. WTO can be given the credit of maintaining peace and harmonious relationship among the countries to the great extent. And now there are 164 member nations in WTO. Now this WTO is making all its member to enter into the agreements. WTO is asking all these countries that you have to sign these agreements, and whatever terms and conditions are mentioned in these agreements, you have to follow that. If you are not following, then you have to pay for it, because these agreements are made to help each other, right? When everyone is at the one platform and when they promise to one another that I will not do this particular thing to harm you, then the another country will also promise you, okay, if you are not doing that thing to me, I will also not do that particular no attack on you. And this is how we will be having the harmonious relationship and peaceful relationship. So these are called as some agreements which are there in WTO. These are called as WTO agreements. In our syllabus we are having only very important type of agreements. The first the member countries of WTO signed the number of agreements to increase world trade development. Major agreements are, the first one is TRIPS, TRIP, and this small s is showing the plural of P. Whenever in the abbreviation you see any small s, that small s is showing the plural. Now, what is the full form of TRIPS? TRIPS says trade related to intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights. That's why no S is over here plural. Here also S is plural. So TRIPS. Now, this is a kind of agreement where the innovative ideas of one countries are getting protected. For example, India has come out with some innovative idea of producing something. Let it be anything. Let it be agricultural product, let it be any kind of commercial product or manufactured article or any kind of service. And India has come out with the new and very innovative idea. Of course, Indian government will support the innovative idea creator. The person who has created idea will be getting support from Indian government, because he is going to get copyright on that or trademark or patent on that. अगर किसी भी तरीके का नया आइडिया, इनोवेटिव आइडिया कोई जनरेट करता है या क्रिएट करता है, तो उसे इंडियन गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से प्रोटेक्शन मिल जाता है, क्योंकि वो कॉपीराइट या ट्रेडमार्क ले लेता है कि ये मेरी आइडिया है, तो कोई भी उस आइडिया को चोरी नहीं कर सकता. एंड इफ एनीबडी वांट्स टू यूज योर आइडिया, it should be with your permission, and you can even earn money on that. If I have invented one idea of producing something, right, उसके पहले किसी को ज्यादा आइडिया नहीं था कि इसको इतना स्पीडीली और इतना क्वालिटी से प्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं, पर मैंने मेरा दिमाग लगा के एक ऐसी चीज बना दी, एक ऐसा प्रोसेस बनाया जहाँ पे चीजें बहुत अच्छी भी बनती हैं और बहुत ज्यादा और जल्दी बन जाती हैं। तो ये मेरी आइडिया है। So nobody can copy that idea without my permission. So of course they will come to me. They will say that, sir, you have created this idea and we want to implement the same in our factory so that we can be in a position to produce good quality of material, that to lower cost and at the higher quantity. Then I will say, okay, you go ahead with my idea. I will be giving you how I am using this idea, but I need some money from you. That means whatever sale you are going to get, I need some percentage part, some share in that. Or you can make me lump sum payment of rupees 1 crore to me. You take the idea is yours. Then I will not claim. So Indian government have protected me. And in India, nobody can copy my idea without my permission. But what about the foreign countries? I cannot have control on other countries. अगर उनमें से किसी एक को पता चला कि अरे ऐसी भी एक आइडिया है जो वहां के एक टीचर ने निकाला है, तो हम भी थोड़ा सोचते हैं, थोड़ा फाइंड आउट करते हैं, और वो लोग शायद बिना मेरी परमिशन के यूज करने लगेंगे, वो शायद आगे चल के बेचेंगे, वो अपना नाम भी ले लेंगे। तो I am not having any kind of control on these activities in foreign countries. So this agreement TRIPS is protecting me. It is protecting each and every country for inventing their new ideas. Are you getting my point? Are you understanding that? That means without my permission, nobody, even in foreign country, will be using my innovative ideas because that is my intellectual property rights. So ये तो बहुत बढ़िया एग्रीमेंट है ना, जहां पे हमें फॉरेन कंट्रीज में भी एक तरह का रिकग्निशन मिल गया। सो इंडिया हैज साइन दैट, इंडिया ने प्रॉमिस कर दिया कि हम किसी भी मेंबर कंट्री की इनोवेटिव आइडिया को चुराएंगे नहीं, अगर हमें यूज करना तो परमिशन ले लेंगे। ऐसा प्रॉमिस इंडिया ने किया, तो बाकी के जितने भी 163 कंट्रीज हैं, उन्होंने भी इंडिया के साथ प्रॉमिस कर दिया कि आपकी इनोवेटिव आइडिया को भी हम नहीं यूज करेंगे बिना आपकी परमिशन के। तो ये कितना अच्छा एग्रीमेंट हो गया। दैट मीन्स हमारी जो आइडिया है वो इंडिया में तो प्रोटेक्टेड है ही, पर पूरे वर्ल्ड में जो भी मेंबर नेशंस हैं ऑफ कोर्स WTO के, वहां पे भी प्रोटेक्टेड होंगे, राइट। तो ये एक पहला एग्रीमेंट है ट्रिप्स। देन द सेकेंड एग्रीमेंट इज ट्रिम्स, TRIM, small s, again small s stands for the plural. The full form of TRIMS said trade related to investment measures. Investment measures. See, as far as the no the economy is concerned, for development of economy we need money, and we cannot generate money by producing more and more currency. That will not be economic development. We have to earn that money. And in economy, there is one proverb that money multiplies money. You might have heard that money multiplies money. अगर आपके पास पैसा है तो वो और पैसा को खींचेगा. That is money multiplies money. So if we want to get more and more economic development, we need some money from foreign countries, right? If they invest in our country, in our factories, in our companies, then there are chances we may get the chance to do business in the global world. There are chances we can expand our business like anything. There will be growth opportunities. And when there are growth opportunities, when our business will grow, we will be flourishing with the profits, we will be flourishing with the revenues. So to develop our own country, we need some support, financial support from other countries in the form of investment. Of course, these investors, those who are going to invest money in India, they are also not going to incur any loss. They will also be getting profit, because on investment we have to give return to them. Because of that only they have invested. So initially, that means before this TRIMS agreement, it was very difficult for one country to invest money in another country, though they wish to. उनको लगता था कि हमारे पास एक्सेस मनी है, इन्वेस्टमेंट करना चाहिए, पर उस पर्टिकुलर कंट्री की पॉलिसीज अलाउ नहीं करती थी। इवन इंडिया में भी बहुत ऐसा था, we were not allowing the foreigners to invest money because there were some reasons for that. Some economists used to say, some experts used to say that if you are borrowing money today, does not mean that money will remain with you. You have to return that money. And that money, whatever you are going to return, it will be with interest. That means you are not going to earn anything. In fact, you are going to drain out your money. That was their opinion. Still, that argument is going on. But still, this particular terms agreement have relaxed to certain extent. That means now, freely or without following much difficulties, or you can say that much formalities, one country can invest their money in another country. राइट। तो इंडिया में अगर किसी कंट्री के दूसरे कंट्री के लोगों को इन्वेस्टमेंट करनी है, तो ये ट्रिम्स के एग्रीमेंट में इंडिया ने ऑलरेडी परमिशन दे दिया दैट ओके, अदर पीपल कैन इन्वेस्ट मनी इन इंडिया, बट दीज विल बी द रूल्स, नॉट वेरी स्ट्रिंजेंट रूल। पहले तो बहुत स्ट्रिंजेंट थे, बहुत ही स्ट्रिक्ट थे, उसको थोड़ा सा रिलैक्स कर दिया बिकॉज ऑफ दिस एग्रीमेंट। Because WTO wants that all the countries should come together, they should be at one platform, they should support each other, and they should think for each other. That was the purpose of agreeing with the contract of TRIMS. So this is how the trade related investment measures, this agreement came into existence. So ये जो TRIPS है वो किसको प्रोटेक्ट करता है? आपकी इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स को। आपके जो भी इनोवेटिव आइडियाज हैं वो आपकी परमिशन के बिना कोई भी यूज नहीं करेगा, और अगर कोई यूज करेगा तो WTO उसमें बीच में आएगा और आपको कॉम्पेंसेशन दिला के देगा। देन ट्रिम्स, WTO has made these measures for getting the investment from foreign countries, and it has relaxed the rules to certain extent. That is TRIMS. Then the another agreement is GATS, General Agreement on Trade and Services. This particular agreement was there even in the year 1947 because the main purpose of WTO, so GATT, was to remove or to reduce the tariff and to improve the trade relationship. So over here, all these 164 countries have agreed that there will be trade and services among them without following much difficulties and high and difficult formalities. So that is general agreement on trade and services. So that is the reason we are able to sell our services to foreign countries. There are so many companies, there are so many offices in foreign countries, those who are taking services of Indian residents. So a person who is living in India, by sitting at his home, he is providing service to foreign countries, right? So that is because of this agreement, because we have allowed the people to do the trade and to sell their services. So like that, India is the member, India is getting opportunities. Like that, other countries are also going to get opportunity to do business with India, right? Trade and services relationships are getting improved because of this agreement that is called as General Agreement on Trade and Services. And the last agreement means there are so many agreements, but these are the four very important agreements which are covered in our syllabus. That is AOA, that is Agreement on Agriculture. This is very important as far as the developing countries are concerned, because agricultural products are depending on the season. If your seasons are in favor, you will be having good quality and quantity of agricultural products. But if conditions are not in favor, the natural conditions are not in favor, then you will not be getting the expected quantity and quality of the agricultural products. So this agreement on agriculture has made certain rules for all these countries, that if any country is suffering from shortage of food or shortage of agricultural products, then other countries, when they will be selling these articles to them, they will not be charging very high price. See, that is a general tendency of the sellers. Whenever there is high demand, the prices automatically goes up. That is a law of demand. Whenever supply is more, the prices will go down. That is law of supply. So over here, the care was taken that if any country is suffering from such type of problem, then other countries will not make advantage or undue advantage of that condition, but they will be helping them. Similarly, whenever there is excess of agricultural products, in that case, other countries will be agreeing to purchase that, because that will go, waste. So that is, these are certain terms and conditions of agriculture, sorry, agreement on agriculture. So these are the basic four agreements which have taken place in WTO. Okay, so today we have understood how the WTO has been formed, what was the basic objective of starting of the WTO. Then we have studied the outline that how GATT was formed, then how it got converted into WTO, and these are the agreements. Now, in our next periods, we will be understanding in detail about each and every agreement. There are four topics. Trips. In detail, we are going to understand what is there in that agreement, what are the terms and conditions, what are the positive and negative implications of trips. अगर हमारी इंडिया ने वहां पे एग्रीमेंट साइन कर दिया, तो उसमें फायदा क्या होगा और उस फायदे के साथ हमारे नुकसान क्या होंगे. Positive as well as negative implications of each and every agreement are covered in our syllabus, and in our next periods we will be discussing about that. So with this note, I just stop sharing the screen.